class, this is Mrs. Bissot here to read you your Wonders, Unit 7, Week 2, Literature Big Book. This week your story is called The Birthday Pet, and it is written by Ellen Javernick, and it is illustrated by Kevin O'Malley. Now friends, this story has to do with our weekly concept of pet pals, and this week we're learning about how to take care of different types of pets. And this story is about a little boy named Danny and the perfect pet that he wants for his birthday. But there's going to be some complications in the story, and he's not going to get the pet he wants right away. Now this story has a lot of clues. When you're listening to the story, it has a lot of rhyming. So whatever the characters are saying, his brothers and sisters and mother and father are going to give hints of what animal they picked for Danny, and it's going to rhyme with whatever words they say, so you could try to help figure out what pets he's going to get along the way. Now friends, something else I want you to notice when you're listening to the story, I want you to listen and pay attention to the main character. Who is the story about? The setting, that means where does the story take place? Where are the characters at? And the plot. What is the problem and the solution in this story? Well, I can't wait for you to listen to the story. But before we start reading, let's go over our story vocabulary. Our first word is affection. Affection is a feeling of liking someone or something. Our next word is provide. If you provide something that someone needs or wants, you give it to them. Compared. If you have compared two things, you found out how they are alike and how they are different. Depend. When you depend on someone, you trust that person. Responsibility. Something you are supposed to do is your responsibility. Social. If you are social, you like being around people a lot. And train. To train is to teach a person or an animal how to do something. The Birthday Pet, written by Ellen Javernick. Illustrated by Kevin O'Malley. It was Danny's birthday, and his folks said he could get any kind of animal he wanted for a pet. Danny thought it over before he went to bed. "All I really want is a turtle," he said. But instead, Dad said, "You don't want a pet that sits like a log." So he went out and got Danny a dog. The dog knocked Danny over when they went outside to play. If Danny took her walking, she always ran away. "How's the dog?" asked his father. Danny shook his head. "All I really want is a turtle," he said. But instead, Mom said, "A turtle's not cuddly or soft like a mitten." So she went out and got Danny a kitten. The kitten was cuddly, but it made Danny sneeze, and he always had to get it down from the trees. "How's the kitten?" asked his mother. Danny shook his head. "All I really want is a turtle," he said. But instead, his big brother said, "You ought to pick a pet more exciting than that." So he went out and got Danny a rat. The rat's beady eyes were a scary sight, and the rat kept Danny up when it gnawed in the night. "How's the rat?" asked his brother. Danny shook his head. "All I really want is a turtle," he said. But instead, his older sister said, "You would like a turtle? A turtle is absurd." So she went out and got Danny a bird. The bird only nipped. It didn't even talk. It was sort of pretty, but it had a nasty squawk. "How's the bird?" asked his sister. Danny shook his head. "Not one of you listened to anything I said." So instead, his family got Danny a turtle. With a nice hard shell, Danny couldn't wait for his show and tell. The turtle blinked her eyes and never made a sound. She played peekaboo as she crawled around. He fed her bugs and lettuce, and he made a turtle gym. Danny thought the turtle was the perfect pet for him. So Dad kept the dog, his brother kept the rat. His sister kept the bird, and his mom kept the cat. Danny kept the turtle, and that was the end of that. Respond to reading. Now that you're done listening to the story, The Birthday Pet, retell the story to someone in your own words. Remember to use words like first, then, next, and last. Now, you should also be able to answer these 3 questions. If you don't remember the answers, you could always go back and find them in the book. Here's the first question. What type of pet does Danny want for his birthday? Next, what kinds of pets do his family members buy him instead? And the last question, what does Danny like about turtles? Thank you, class, for listening to the story, The Birthday Pet, with me. I hope you liked the story and that you were listening and able to figure out all those rhyming words in the story. And I hope that you liked the wonderful ending of what Danny got for his birthday at the end of the story. Well, my friends, keep up the great work, and I will read again to you later. Bye.